morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, September 29th, and it is 4:20 a.m. Mountain Time. So, yesterday I got a lot of comments about the taxes, and then Pascal. Anyways, sometimes I wait a little while before I read on something, because sometimes the first initial rollout of that news may not have the right energy around it. So sometimes I just kind of wait around and see, because it'll build, the information will build, and the energy around it will build. And then I can get in there and really do a good reading on it. Sometimes it's just, so that's how I felt about his taxes, and also his former campaign manager was, okay, let me gather the energy information. So just know that when things like that happen, that I will read on them, that sometimes I just kind of hang back and let the disinformation energy fall to the side, and then the true energy will come through. So there's an explanation on that. So what I'm going to do this morning, I have a couple of things going on. I'm going to read on 45's debts and loans. I know I've been talking about this for the last 2 or 3 weeks, that how he doesn't have money, that he owes more than he has. And I've been dead on right about that, about how he does not have any more money and things like that. So his taxes, I'm going to read on that and see why he keeps on. I mean, it is so funny how he admits it, thinking that it sounds like he's cool and smart, back when he was talking to Hillary in 2016, when he was going to be elected. Yeah, that just makes me smart that I haven't paid all the taxes. Like he's getting away with something. Like he's this smart tax evader, but now of course it's all fake news. And then we'll read on Brad Pascal. He's the former campaign manager for Trump, and why is his life all of a sudden so bad that he needs to end it? So anyways, let's get to it. 45's debts and loans. 45's debts and loans. Remember I said in an earlier video, who's richer, the person who is up on the hill that pays heavenly bills and owes more than he has, or the person who has a moderate home and it's already been paid off? Who's richer? Right? So we got to keep these things in mind. What's this? Judgment. Judgment is the overall energy of this reading. Interesting. So we'll just put that card right there and see what's going to happen with the 45's debts and loans. I wonder how he's going to do in prison when he has to, pay back for all the commissary, and he does the same stuff on the outside as he does on the inside. It doesn't go very well when you're on the inside and you don't pay back your debts. He'll be schooled. All right. Moving from turbulent to calm. These are his debts and loans, okay? So this is the reason why I'm really gonna take a little bit of time, because it's I'm not reading like on a person, I'm reading on the energy of his debts and his loans. So 6 of Swords comes up, moving to turbulence to calm. And that's the overall feel of anybody who has debt. They want to get out of it. They want to move on and get out of the turbulence of owing somebody. So that would make sense that card showed up. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is financial control and stability and holding on, and stingy and withholding would be his problem. He's stingy and he withholds his money and does not pay his debts. He wants it all for himself. Death, ending, transition. So it's going to be one of the things that'll take him out is his debt. So that's what's underneath here, is the debt, the ending, the changing. So King of Cups inverted came up. King of Cups inverted is not a pleasant person. This is a jealousy person. This is a moody, unrealistic, false, critical. He doesn't see things emotionally right. You've ever heard of emotional intelligence? Well, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any of that emotional intelligence with him. Anybody that betrays him, right? He goes back and he exacts revenge on them, and he doesn't know how to be a friend. He doesn't know how to be a human being with regular adult emotions. It's like messing around with a 13-year-old all day, every day. Though, you know how it is with the 13-year-old, the explosions, the what about me? That's 45. Especially around his debts. Jealous, moody, and unrealistic, false. He will lie to get out of paying a bill anytime, any day. And then we have the Four of Cups coming into his attitude of his debts and his loans, which is disconnect, which is the perfect card for him. Anybody who wants to pay their bills. Disconnect. He disconnects himself from the creditor, as in, this is my money, not your money, which he doesn't understand the adult thinking about it, where you owe them their money. They gave you a service. That money is now theirs, and he doesn't get it. He just does not get it. He disconnects himself from any compassion. So he as president, he's speaking of getting jobs and doing this and doing that. But he doesn't even pay the people who has done jobs for him. He doesn't give them their money. So he is not for us, ever. Nine of Wands, defend your territory. That's what he is trying to do with his money. Defend my territory. He's going to try to get out of it. He's going to lie. I don't owe this. Anything and everything to make them look bad in order for him, like, I don't have to pay you now. You did something wrong. He tries to get out and defend his territory. The Hierophant, spiritual guidance and authority. Now, spiritual guidance and authority in this position really makes a whole lot of sense. These are creditors coming and telling him, we've been patient with you. We've told you what you needed to do. Why haven't you paid us? And this is the Hierophant, the collector. Everybody that owes money has ever experienced, I'm sure, is that phone call of, we need you to pay your money, or that, I guess, that pink note or whatever you get in the mail, I guess is what you call it. I don't know if it's still there. But anyways, those type of things. The Seven of Wands. Boundaries. Defend. Stand your ground. And these are the creditors standing their ground. So going forward, they're standing their grounds. The Eight of Cups. Letting go. Abandoning the situation. We have a Judgment and the Moon, illusion, fear, and betrayal. He has no intentions on, and if he can get away with paying his debts and his loans, he will. Flat out. This is not an honorable man. If he can finagle you out of money, he's going to do that. And here's the Fool. The Fool is the 12th card. Interesting, huh? And anybody who gets into debt with him is a fool. He should never be trusted with getting a loan or anything. They should just abandon him at all costs. Do not ever get into a loan or a business transaction with 45. He is a thief. He will break your heart about it. These are my energy cards. He will break your heart. These cards are my energy oracle cards. I like these too. Sometimes I just pull a clarifier out of there. All right, guys, that's his debts and loans. Makes a lot of sense. He's just an immature little child that does not like to pay his money and pay his debts and loans. And so, therefore, he has never been for the working class, because people who are for working class, I pay all of my bills. I get a service. I pay my bills. I don't like debt. I don't like, you know what I mean? That's the adult way of doing it. That's the reason why he doesn't want to pay. He has a resentment against the government. This is a reason why, and everybody else that's following him, I think, is the revenge and the resentment against the government. He's just tapping into everybody's anger that they've ever had about the government. That's a dangerous little nugget to tap into in people is revenge. It's very powerful. All right, 45's taxes. I think we're probably going to get the same kind of energy reading around his taxes. Let's see what's going on with his taxes. Again, disconnect. He's disconnected from the government. He's disconnected himself from the government in order to have any sympathy or empathy for paying your taxes. He does not believe that he wants to keep that money for himself. The Emperor is over top of him. Authority. Don't tell me what I have to do. That's what the problem is. He doesn't want to have anybody telling him where his money should go, especially the government. He has zero respect for the government. I want that to be passed on from everybody. He has zero respect for the government. He has never had any respect for the government. The Queen of Swords, cold-hearted. Cold-hearted. So the cards are really coming up really interesting, where it's tapping into his hatred for the government. Isn't that funny? He's a president, but he hates the government. That's his reason why he is tearing it down, and he is getting his revenge and his hate just fed and fed and fed. The only thing is when you start feeding a false god like that, it doesn't work. And that is what he is feeding, is his false, revenge and hate is his higher power, if you can think of it that way. And it'll never work. Lack of direction, bad news, bullying youth. Bullying youth. Don't tell me what to do. That's why he does what he does with his taxes. The High Priestess, which is conceit, listening to your inner voice. Yeah, that's what he does. Oops, this is up here. Sorry. And then right here is conflict, argument, disagreement, self-doubt, loss, individuality. He argues with the government on a regular basis. He is probably the one that writes into, the taxes, or always starts a case against why I shouldn't be paying this and why I bet you he has a lot of them. I bet you we'll find out that he has so many arguments out there with the paying his taxes. The Magician. Cowardice. He's a coward. The Magician inverted. He is a coward. Five of Cups. Pain, loss, and grief. Pain, loss, and grief. Well, he without giving people their money, his money has dwindled away. That is how the universe works. Is he's not co-creating. He is being very, very selfish. Therefore, when you do not pay your bills or give do that barter, that I got a service and I bartered with you, and you do not fulfill that, what happens is all of your money dwindles away just like sand. And that's what's happened to him. He has literally brought his poverty onto to himself because of how he acts and what he does. The bankruptcies, the failed hotels, the failed casinos. He's brought this energy onto himself because of who he is and how he acts. Five of Swords. Trickery. Dishonor. Dragging others through conflict. Dishonor. Final outcome. Page of Swords. Mentally restless. All talk but no action. Undeliverable promises. Undeliverable promises. He is never going to pay those things. In fact, right now he doesn't have enough money to pay those things. That is what we have in the and it gives him stress, and it also gives us the clarity, the new cycle, the will and the determination to expand our potential. This is the reason why we have to get him out of the office. Is because we need, as a people, need to expand our potential. And I hope that that the universe and the IRS goes after him. How much criminal behavior can they accept from this guy? I don't know. Let's pull a card. All tied up with his hate and his betrayal of, his hate and his revenge on the government is the reason why he's all tied up in knots with his emotions. That, my dear subscribers, is the reason why this man is in the position that he is in. And, ironically, his ego also created the world to know his behavior because he thought he was the shiznit and he wanted to be famous. Well, now you are. Okay, let's do Brad Pascal. Brad Pascal was Trump's former campaign manager. He had to step down to a lower position, and Trump brought in another campaign manager. I don't know his name. I'm so many with his new one. I don't know his name. Anyways, so the story is somehow, some way, he was having a really, really bad day. He barricaded himself into his condo or house or whatever it is and threatened to commit suicide. So, I haven't read an overall message about money. So, we all know that anybody who surrounds 45, it's about money. They have already sold their soul to the devil. That they are, and once you buddy up with 45 or any of the alike, you've already sold your soul to, I will do whatever you want, just give me the money to do it. There's a price tag on each and every one of their souls. So this is, with this, the Page of Pentacles coming out is that immaturity, that the way of looking at life. I will do whatever you want, just give me the money of whatever it's worth. So I have the feeling, even with this one coming out, that when we go into these cards, we're going to find out that he's probably in heavenly debt or devilish debt. Can't imagine any of these people going to heaven. But anyways, his debt, and this is the reason why he feels the need to kill himself, because then he wouldn't be in debt. And I have that feeling. So hang on, let's see what's going on. Coffee. Ace of Cups. Yep. Well, the Ace of Cups is the creative, the new beginning, the new birth, the marriage. So he's married. Cup overfloweth. He was making lots and lots of money with 45. And the world inverted. Failure. Stagnation. So this is exactly the reason why this man feels like he needs to commit suicide, is the fact that he is not making as much money, or he's not being paid. You know how 45 is. Once you've already did something wrong or whatever, he's probably not paying him. That is probably what's really going on. And this is a man who banked on dishonest, disconnect, mismanagement of values. This is a man who banked on all of that money and bought up, that all of his things, and he's in incredible debt. You see, I would love to tell you that there's more to these people, but there's not. They're so shallow. Very shallow people. Very, very shallow. And you have to be shallow in order to do what you do when you're around 45. There is no depth and weight to these people. Depth and weight would mean that you would have a conscience, you would have a reality check every once in a while about what you're doing, but they're living on the surface of hell. You know, there's nothing there for them to gauge their behavior on. It's all okay to them. And this right here, responsibilities and burdens. So that's the reason why he wanted to take himself out. Is all about money and what he owes. Childhood memories, innocence. See, he got into the whole situation thinking that he had a secure job with 45, that everything was going to be fine, and that he will always have the money, and that's a lack of foresight, obstacles, delay. I bet you he's not getting paid, or his income went down to about nothing. This is the reason why he's done this. Hoping and faith, and he put his faith in the wrong person. Six of Swords, moving on from turbulence to calm, long journey. He's getting fired, maybe emotionally insecure, blocked intuition, failed dark feelings. This is his gateway to him wanting to commit suicide. This is what tells that he just plummeted. He has zero. How can you, when you place so much importance on money and material things that do not have any depth and weight to them, and when it is gone, it takes the air out of your sails. It just does. And we see it all the time with people. So what is the final? Defending boundaries, standing his ground, challenges. This is him probably trying to get his money from 45, which he is not. That's the reason why he was wanting to commit suicide, and he was willing to commit suicide over everything. Was that he's not getting the money. Poor leadership. King of Cups. Poor leadership is the 12th card. Poor leadership. Emotionally manipulative. That's what he's feeling. Like he has been emotionally manipulative. He probably is out of the loop. He probably doesn't get invited to the dinners anymore. He's just, he's cast aside. And somebody else is the star now, and he's not the star anymore. And 45 is shifting his energy to somebody else. So what is this? Journey. He may be getting fired. He may have been told that he's going to be let go. I think that's what's coming up for him, that he knows that he's going to be fired or let go or something along that lines. Yeah, I think he got really bad news that he's not in the family anymore. Or he's being rejected. You know how you are in a cult when you do something wrong, you are, what is it called that the Amish do when you leave? Shunned? He's probably being shunned from the cult. All right. There you have it. Some information about what has gone on with all of these people. Let's ask what's going to sink 45. Let me see if I can draw out some sort of information about what is going to actually sink 45. Other than all 10 of the swords that we always get for him. Because it's like Chinese torture. Drip, 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 drip. Do everybody like my bracelet? I was told yesterday that I was wearing it on the wrong hand, and I have to wear the head towards my heart. So I'm getting there, people. Sometimes I'm getting there. All right, so let's see about 45 and what is going to sink him. Because I read on 45 every day, so this is going to be the read. Is what is going to sink him. I know what he is. I know what he's doing. I may throw a couple of cards at the end to see where his energy is at. What does he think about? What does he think about? The all of the taxes coming out. We'll see. What will sink him? Let's see if my cards can tell me the story. What will sink 45? Balance will sink him. This is the delusion. Temptation. Ooh. Temptation is going to sink 45. Temptation to do something stupid. Temptation to get money. Temptation to say something. Temptation. That is what's going to get 45. That is what goes over him, and that's what's going to sink him is his inability to control his temptation, knee-jerk reactions. He wants money. So somebody's going to tempt him with money. Here, a message of money. Somebody's going to tempt him. The Chariot, moving forward. Seven of Pentacles, sudden gain. That's what's going to take him out. Somebody is going to dangle money in front of him. Achieving first stage. Queen of Swords. Yep. That's exactly what's going to take him out. And sink him. Is his inability to temptation, judgment, self-doubt, and indecision. And then when the Fool, careless and fool. Yeah, that's what's going to sink him. Temptation. There you have it. All right, so let's pull a few cards and see where 45's energy is at. And then the old Bible warning. Temptation. Hasn't he? I wonder, when he says that his Bible is his favorite thing, maybe you should read it. Oh, that man. It'll tell you all about who you are not. 45. It talks about temptation and how it'll take you down. All right, let's see what 45's energy. Ooh. This is very interesting. And deceit. Okay. So what he's trying to do now is in the debate. This is the debate tonight. Okay. So here's his plan going into the debate. He's going to look like he's the God. He's going to look like he's going to heal the country. He wants to be appreciated. He's going to show that the Republicans are the happy family, that they're the balancing thing about it. But this is his underlying current. He is going to really, really get out there and try to push this narrative. And Biden's going to take him down because he's lying. Deceit. That's what he's going to do tonight. That's his plan. Somebody has written him some stuff saying, hey, you got to glorify the Republicans. We are the ones that are going to bring balance back to the United States. We are the healers. We should be appreciated for everything that we do. All right. Well, you just got the update on on the debate tonight, how he's going to act and what he's going to say. Crazy man. All right, guys. Thanks.